The No Normies Podcast.
Okay. Welcome to the No Normies Podcast. A podcast about two friends talking about, you know,
What have you?
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Jim Allison.
I'm your host, Brad LeDuc.
All right, this episode, Brad, we talk about, you love it, Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I do. I do love it. I did love it, but we'll get into that.
All right, so for people who don't know, and I'd be surprised if anyone doesn't know about this, Pokemon Go is a free-to-play, location-based, augmented reality game that you can play off your phone. It's based off those lovely Japanese characters, monsters, Pokemon. I played a lot in the 90s and early 2000s.
I had both. I had the red, and then I had the next gen was green, and then I think my last one was silver back in late '99. I want to say, but yeah, I completely did them all and caught them all. I'm a completionist when it comes to video games, so I caught pretty much everything and anything that came across my face.
You went far. Right
and everything came across my face, dude.
Everything came across your face. But yeah, it seems like we went farther than I did with that game because all I did was I played the cards. I think I had the blue.
You had the cards.
I had the cards for sure. Do you have the cards?
I saw them and I was into it for the art. I didn't.
Same here.
Yeah, really.
I didn't really know how to play it.
I
just made my own rules in my head. I played with someone and be like, well, this is a dragon, so I guess it beats your blue turtle.
You didn't read the instructions?
I didn't read anything. I know I had gems, too. I think I had gems. It had gems, and it came with those like really expensive packs. Like I think it was like $40 for a pack.
Oh, back then that was $100 to us kids, so yeah.
Yeah. It was a fortune. It was a treasure.
Okay.
But yeah, I forgot that. It's one of those things where you forget, like, I know the show is the first thing that really I stumbled upon, like, coming home from school, I see, like, oh, there's the show. Mm-hmm. And then I found out that's when the cards came out, or did the game come out first, and the cards?
I feel like the game came out and then the cards, but then again, we probably, we have the internet, we could have looked at it up. I felt like the Game Boy game came out first, and that's when everyone just started talking about it, and
nonstop.
Yeah, nonstop, and then it just you blew up from there, and then it was.
Do you remember when the school started to cut you off? Do you remember when the school actually had those? There was like some people were actually not allowed to bring anything Pokemon related to their schools.
I had a couple of times when I remember the school, like a superintendent or the principal would come over the PA and just be a blanket statement of just like, we can't have this discrimination. We can't have yellow rats with electricity running through our corridors. No.
If I find out when you kids are poking other kids, I'm going to be really angry out there.
And I'm coming into the bathrooms this time. We're not going to have any pokery.
No pokery.
Yeah, I remember them just trying their best to keep just can't have distraction. But yeah, I remember that too. But it wasn't that big because most of the time it was on a Game Boy, so you were pretty apparent when you were playing it. It was mainly for my recollection, it was just me at home. I didn't really have anyone to really like. Yeah.
Right. It was funny. It wasn't really. It was like a hidden community, if anything, because I remember I would go to lunch and I see people with their heads down playing these games until they have the thing where you could play across the lunch table with
that little cord that came from Game Boy to Game Boy.
But getting back to Pokemon Go, this is completely like another level.
The times that I've actually seen people playing Pokemon Go, it would be a sheepish look from one to another, and then maybe a head nod, and then it would go back to just isolationism. So I've only seen a couple kids walking around, and they would be in a group, like you would take your friends, and then they would go, and you would go together, and then like walk around. When I was playing it, okay, I basically, I'm turning 32 in a month, so I would go on my lunch break.
Damn right.
And luckily, they had how the game works is basically you have to walk. It's a walking app. You walk around and you go visit certain historical stops that this company has made. The first they made the game called Ingress, and they put it on top. Basically, Nintendo came in and just
they put the skins basically.
They skinned it on top of their old game, and the game works is that you go to different points in the town. In your town that have historical interest. So in the town, like in Walnut Creek, I would walk around and it would be like the site of the old grammar house or a certain mural, or a lot of times it's also churches or hospitals or theaters, what have you. It's basically just all these different places of historical interest that they made called a Pokemon Stop, Pokestop. So you would go there, you would click the little icon that popped up, and you would spin it, and it would give you points and certain items to catch the Pokemon that are out in the wild.
Now let me ask you something. When you had these, went to these historical points, would you maintain the information that came out, or you didn't read it and you just spin the thing? Did you read the information, or?
I read a couple just because I didn't even know that that was an old schoolhouse, and I'm sure it's like haunted. It's now like a crate and barrel right now. So,
oh my god, a crate and barrel!
It's a crate and barrel that's crawling with Nidoran. Yeah, it was interesting. Just like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Like, that was an old theater house that probably somebody died in. Now, you started out with the first-gen Pokemon, you had 150, and I started out when they first basically did it the first week, and, a lot of people started the same levels, and then you'd see little kids just start owning you, because you had a job from 9 to 5, for fucking, like, 8 hours a day. These kids are on summer vacation. They could just walk around and just stack points and get their...
They bullied me. They're just so strong.
Yeah. And I can drink, goddammit. I had a reason to be an adult. No, they would just they'd come around and just dominate you. And they would you have gyms that they can control, and a gym was basically they could put their own Pokemon in there and just rack up points and money in the game. And then basically you'd have to go in and you can go there and challenge them and then try and get some points off them, but they had fucking high levels. These guys, you would come in there with maybe a level 180 or something, Rhyhorn. And
hey, Brad, do you know math?
No.
There we go. Anyways, what were you, so you're playing these...
Yeah. I don't know math, I don't know geography, but goddammit, I know a Clefairy from a fucking Sandshrew, all right? So suck a dick. I know a Mew, too. You motherfucker. Now I see that you're making fun of me.
Yeah.
So you would go in there, and then the next day you would just notice that all the gyms around you were just taken over by these little kids with Sebastian Rocks 58, and just you'd be like, God damn it. So over the past a week or two, I was using the game. I would go off on my lunch break and go catch them. Yeah. And it was pretty interesting. Is that they would use your camera in your phone, and you would look through. They would use your camera, and you see the world in front of you, but it would have just a goddamn Snorlax just sitting there, and then you had to throw a little ball in the app.
And that's where the augmented reality comes into play.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But at the same time, it also killed your battery on your phone. So you can turn that off, and it would just have him just sitting there stationary on your phone in an imaginary world, and that'll you can still catch him that way.
So this is pretty amazing.
This is the first week that it came out.
The first week it came out. This girl near a small town, I believe, she was trying to get a water Pokemon because there was a reservoir next to her home or near her home.
Certain Pokemon come up in certain places. You would go to a warehouse, and there would be a bunch of electric, a bunch of steel Pokemon, and then you'd go to a water site or a lake or a stream.
The territory, the Pokemon, everything kind of fits. And this girl wanted to get this water Pokemon, so she's climbing she climbed a fence, and she gets to the other side, and she's walking close to the water, and I think she saw a Squirtle, and next to the Squirtle happened to be a dead floating body. Which
is funny as hell.
Just it's very shocking to be Imagination Land. I'm in this fantasy
world. I got a level 49 bloated guy.
She called the cops, and they showed up, and they found out that he was actually a homeless person who fell into the river and drowned.
Was he trying to catch a Pokemon too?
He was trying to catch something called heroin.
Oh.
Which is a very, very powerful Pokemon.
I heard it's dragon type. You're always chasing that dragon, right?
Always chasing that dragon. The H. The H. Gotta catch them all. Shakes.
Yeah. But that's not the only dead body they found.
No, there's been other bodies popping up around the country. It's just God, it was...
It's interesting. I would imagine just the mob now has to outthink 12-year-olds. It's God, we can't whack Johnny Four Fingers.
Yeah, we can toss him near the dump. No, I know there's lots of...
there's a lot of ground types over there. And legendary once or twice. You can't have them stumbling across Johnny Four Fingers. Yeah.
God.
And so they would. That was the first week, and then it's really how the game works is that it worked on cellular coverage, so you didn't have to go out in the middle of nowhere and catch a Pokemon. You wouldn't find one. You go to a place like the university campuses, crawling with them.
Yeah.
So you would just have to go over there, and you can find a bunch of them. So that's the good thing, is that it ran on cell service. If you went to somewhere like a movie theater or anywhere where a lot of cell service is being used, you would find just a shitload of them. In fact, there were some places over in in the big cities, San Francisco and Berkeley, that people would just go and like sit there, and they would just sit there for hours and order pizzas. I've seen them ordering pizzas and just chain smoking and just catching Pokemon and barely talking to each other.
Yeah, so let's get into that. So it seems like, people definitely have their opinions on it, like it's good or it's bad. What do you think about this game? I downloaded the first day it came out. I opened it up in my room. I saw, Pokemon on my bed, and I caught it, and that was it. I'm done. I was basically like, well, what was I doing? Was I reading a book? I don't know what I was fucking doing.
That quick, one and done, huh?
It's weird because I experienced the Pokemon so much in my lifetime. I mean, I'll always love Pokemon, but like, I don't have time. I just don't have time these days to play that game.
Well, that's what it came down to me too. Is that I'm single. I don't really have a girlfriend or anything, and I have a job that gets off at 3:00 every day. So I would come home. I'd play the game. And at my house, there's nothing to do. So, and there's no Pokemon or no Pokemon Stop. So I'd have to go, and I would go and draw most of the times, any other time. So, but where I would do that is also around a lot of shopping centers and a lot of coffee shops, and that's where a lot of people using their cell phones. So you get more Pokemon. So yeah, I would do that a lot. And again, I love video games, so I would play that, and it hooked me. It was interesting because it kind of brought back a nostalgia. I think the nostalgia is huge with people in their 30s.
That's why it's doing so good. That's probably why it's doing so good.
Most definitely, yeah.
For sure.
And it's funny to see that all the downloads, just like Nintendo is just making every other app their bitch. You can just imagine them looking over and be like, "You're in the big time now, motherfucker."
I think at one point it was downloaded more than Twitter, right? Like that app or something. It beat Twitter in some capacity.
I mean, I love Nintendo. I grew up with that too, and I'm sure as you did too. So anything Mario related or anything with a Nintendo stamp.
Oh man, if I could catch an Italian, it'd be great. Just catch a Mario
but you can't use your phone. You have to use like some fucking like piano wire and a duct tape or what have you.
They wiggle, man. They just don't stay still. God.
Yeah, so I played it for a while, and I got pretty high up, and then they kept updating. The thing is that
do you pay? Do you pay for
you can pay, but I didn't. You can pay, but you can play the game and get pretty far without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played it for a while, and it was dog shit because everyone was downloading it, and the servers were down all the time.
Heard about
so
that,
you would
yeah.
open it, and it would crash. You would have to open it again, and it would crash. You would find like another level Dratini, and you're trying to catch this motherfucker, and it would freeze. The phone would freeze, and you would just fight the instinct to throw that iPhone in the ground. I've had that fall just completely close out on me all the time. So, and recently, the last week, they've actually figured out servers. They launched it over in Japan. They launched it over in South Korea. They launched it over in Britain, and I think they finally got their shit together.
Now, when you say got their shit together, didn't they have like a reset issue? Didn't something recently happen where the game, it reset or something happened where they lost what level they were at?
No, I never experienced that. Maybe it did. But what they did recently, like this last week, they had a completely revamped, you can't figure out how far away the Pokemon is from you. So the map system that they're using to find the guys, little monsters, it just says what's in your area. It doesn't tell you how far away. So at first you had maybe one or two little footprints, and that told you how close they were. One being the closest to you, it's almost on top of you. Two being, maybe a couple feet away or a couple, and then three being the farthest away. It's about to blip off the map. Don't worry about it. But now they took it away with that. They took all the footprints away, so you're just kind of guessing. Some people have figured it out. They're still trying their best to work at it. I had to give up just because I have to do stuff in my own life. I have to work on art. I want to do a podcast for fuck's sake. So I had to delete it. I had to delete the app. And a lot of people I just saw with this most recent update, they just said fuck it, and they just deleted it as well.
I almost feel like this is your intervention right here.
It almost is.
This is it. Like your family's gonna jump out of the closet and be like, "We're so worried about you."
If Pokemon is the intervention, I'm surprised because could have been a lot of other different interventions that could have been. Just like that Asian porn is getting out. It's really taking up your life right now.
No, all that Asian porn we found, they're all pregnant. Why are they all pregnant?
Well, that didn't start that way.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I just recently had to delete it. So, but I mean, during the time, really interesting how you add Pokemon to something. You add something very nostalgic that you loved when you were like 10 or 11, and god damn it, people will buy it.
I mean, especially today, I can understand why people are really playing this game, because right now, I mean, escapism has always been around, but especially right now, we need to escape. There are some really shitty things happening in the world,
Sure.
in our own country. It's just like it's bad. It's bad.
And if I could replace just someone who like shot up a shopping mall with, I don't know, a Charmander, but goddamn it, you had to get something done during the day. I have a dog, so I need to go and walk that motherfucker.
Did have a dog?
Did have a dog. No, I think I have a dog. What are you telling me? Jesus Christ!
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I had to find out this way, man.
No. Yeah, so I had to delete it, and I feel a lot better. I almost feel like I quit drinking in a way.
You look a lot better.
I didn't quit drinking.
No,
but I
Why
quit,
would you? Why would you?
I quit Pokemon, so it's a step up.
The step up. It's a balance.
You know
it's
what?
a balance.
I had to admit, there was a higher power, and a higher power is battery life on my phone. So I had to let it go. Yeah.
You finally don't turn around when I say Ash.
What?
Never mind.
Hey, you got me there.
Yeah, I got you there.
And I'm gonna catch you.
And for me, I feel that it's something that I'm glad I didn't dive into, because
What's your aversion? Because your girlfriend had downloaded it too, and she
still does. She still does.
Oh, I'm proud of her. Tell me how she dragged you along.
Goddamn. So, there just be like moments where we go somewhere, we eat somewhere, like a nice restaurant, and we're just enjoying each other's company.
Sure.
And the phone was out on the table, and like it would vibrate or whatever, and she would kind of reach for it. I'm like,
she actively had it on.
She actively had it on just because she didn't want to miss a Pokemon. And then we'd finish eating, go onto the street, we're walking, and she would stop and be like, I gotta catch this Fernumble Dumble, or where the fuck it's called. And she puts her phone up.
It's a high-level Pokemon.
It's a highest level Pokemon. And she puts her phone up, and she's trying to catch a Pokemon, and then there's this moment where like, there's my girlfriend in the foreground, middle ground, another couple, background, two other couples not moving, but just
there been
staring.
that many people actually?
Yeah.
See, I don't see them that much over on my side, but
I just see them everywhere.
Well, maybe because where you live is a lot more hipster. Where I live on the other side of the, we have basically a tunnel that separates where we live. So on my side is more of like the bubble of white people and the soccer.
Pokemon, is that kind of like a gardener?
It sounds like an ethnic that cleans my baby's diapers. No, it's basically the difference. Yeah. So mine's definitely a lot of soccer moms. So I'd see a lot of kids playing it, but not a lot of like people my age. So it was very awkward to walk around a park and then like catch the eyes of these 12-year-olds that were just excited and elated that so they're playing a game, and they look up at me with my beard and just stranger danger immediately.
Are you guys going to the park next door? I want to catch a Pikachu. Let's catch a Pikachu. Come on, kids.
It sounds like Nicolas Cage is playing Pokemon.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D,
so
E.
did you ever get in a fight with your girlfriend about this, or like it was just like a lot of, okay?
Yes, I because when you're with someone, especially a loved one, you want to spend time with them and not have some kind of fucking thing in between you guys.
Let alone the internet, I imagine it takes up enough time. But now this thing that's just immediate gratification.
It's just like, it's a strange phenomenon. It's very strange. I enjoyed going for the walks. When she would like, you want to go for, like, here's back up. Here's the story. We went to the local cemetery. It's a huge cemetery, so there's lots of joggers there and people walk.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. We're walking and like we take a moment to chill, and we're just sitting down eating food and drinking, and then all of a sudden she's like, in the cemetery, as one does, and she gets up and she's like, I gotta do something. I'm just like, are you fucking catching a Pokemon? Where are you going? Are you walking away from it? You walking away
have
from
no choice
it.
but to walk after her.
I have to. I walked after, and then she caught whatever. She she challenged someone to a fight or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's very interesting. And then I look up and be like, man, it's so beautiful today. She'd be like, what? And she's like looking down into the cell phone. But she's gotten better at it. I think she's either getting burnt out on it, or she's realizing that like she needs to be in the present.
She found time for you.
She found time for me.
How considerate. All right.
It's all good now. It's all better. Everything's good. Everything's fine.
But it doesn't seem fine. I can look on your face.
It's fine.
Okay, moving on.
We gotta talk after this podcast.
That's great.
I can't wait for the next big technological leap of whatever fictional thing that we love. Oh man, it would be awesome. We got like a Zelda game like that.
Look, if Zelda, I would totally understand that, or even a Mario. I mean, there's no way that they look at this app and say, oh, we can't model.
There's no way to make profit off this.
Not at all. Yeah, there's no money in that. Of course there's money in it. It's just loads and loads of money. You can only imagine, like, this is the beginning of a new way of app making. And
Nintendo is making so much money that they'll probably one day make an actual Pokemon. So it's going to happen.
I'm sure they're genetically testing.
Genetically altered, like electric hamster or something, just something.
Yeah, so far it's just a lot of dead hamsters.
A lot of dead hamsters. God, they'll figure it out. They're going to figure it out.
And you're going to fucking play it. What's your rating? Personal rating, Jim?
My rating is sure.
Sure, even though you caught one monster.
I caught one. I got one. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm going to walk outside.
Okay, so I'm
going to learn how to juggle.
5, 1 to 5. One Pokeball being shitty, 5 being it's all consuming all my life. What would you give it?
Oh man, I give it a sure. That's all I'm going to say. I don't even.
I'll give
system.
that a 2. Okay, so I was really impressed, and it really did. It got you out of the house, and you know what? I saw a lot of fat little kids that definitely needed to walk around, and it got them out there. So the heart was there, but for the way of gameplay. It got old. It got old, and it got old fast. So I have fucking responsibilities, and I'm an adult. So I have to pull back, and I have to. You know what? A glass of whiskey is a lot more satisfying than a Pokemon. I gotta say.
That is true. That is true.
You know what, kids, choose drinking.
Ciao.